I work very hard indeed to buy for my family. When I come home, there's a nice meal waiting there for me. I get to see my wife and kids that bring cheer to me. I'm very proud to be a father and work very hard. I work very hard indeed to buy for my family. When I come home, there's a nice meal waiting there for me. I get to see my wife and kids that bring cheer to me. I'm very proud to be a father and work very hard. I work very hard indeed to buy for my. Brian was a warehouse manager and he was having a meeting with Chris, the supervisor, and they were basically discussing things. And then Brian brought up something saying his wife was planning to go to work. Chris said, "That's good, it'll probably bring more money in." Brian said, "Yeah, but I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with our kids." Chris said, "Yeah, I know. I have the same problem too, sometimes." Brian and Chris said, "What the heck is going on out here?" The man said, "I was trying to put something on sale and it fell over." So Chris said, "Everyone back to work." Do 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 do. Sarah and Holly's mom said, "I have something to tell you. I'm going back to work, and when you're finished school, you don't come here. You go to Jackie's house, and she'll look after you until I come back from work. Do you have a guarantee?" Sarah said, "I guess that's okay." Holly said, "I guess that's okay too," Holly said. It was basically the next day, so Sarah and Holly went to school. CW, or Sarah and Holly's mom, got a job working as a assistant in the front office of the same place where their dad worked. Sarah and Holly were finished school, so Sarah said to Holly, "Come on, Holly, we gotta go to Jackie's house." Holly said, "Okay." Sarah and Holly were at Jackie's house and they knocked on the door and Jackie said, "Come on in. You can hang out in the family room." So they did. Peter said to Sarah, "How are you doing?" Sarah said, "I'm doing fine. Did you know it's very rude to talk to a girl unless you're in a do?" Peter said, "I didn't know that." Sarah said, "I'm just joking. It doesn't matter. I don't care. You can talk to me." Peter, Sarah, and Holly hanged out with her and played board games. But it was finally time for Sarah and Holly to go back home. But Peter said, "There's something I need to tell you. Sometimes I get really close to people. I have dreams about them, and they're in my dreams." Holly and Sarah said, "That's weird. You're weird. Let's get out of here." It was really late at night. The mom put Holly to bed, and then later on, she put Sarah to bed, and they said goodnight to her. Sarah couldn't figure out where she was. Is this a dream? Maybe if I keep on walking, maybe I'll find someone. So she did. Peter said to Sarah, "Over here, you're in my dream." Sarah said, "That's weird. Why would I be in your dream?" Peter said, "That's just the way my mind works." Sarah said, "I guess that's okay. That's weird." Sarah said, "What is this thing?" Peter said, "This is a floating ship." Sarah said, "Okay, that's pretty cool." Do 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 do. Sarah said to Pierre, "Why are you doing up so late? Aren't you tired?" Pierre said, "I couldn't get to sleep and I was thinking about something." Sarah said, "I was thinking about something too." "What were you thinking?" "Well, Pierre said I could sing it. Maybe that will make me feel better." Sarah said, "Okay, why not?" A dream is something you dream about, but not very often. It only happens when you least expect it. But when it happens, and it's a nice dream, it can be something that you want to tell anyone. Sarah said to Pierre, "Are you ready to go to bed?" Pierre said, "Yeah, I am." But then Sarah felt kind of funny, and then suddenly something happened. Sarah woke up and she was no longer in Pierre's dream anymore. So she tried to get to sleep, and finally she got to sleep. It was basically the next day, and Sarah told her mom and dad about the dream she had. And her mom and dad thought it was funny that she would have a dream like that. Brian said to Chris, "My daughter had a weird dream last night that she was in a boy's dream. That is really weird, isn't it, Chris?" Chris said, "Yeah, that is weird." "I work very hard indeed to buy for my family. When I come home, there's a nice meal waiting there for me. I get to see my wife and kids that bring cheer to me. I'm very proud to be a father."